I flew through my work as quickly as I could and went straight home. And after that we rode on the Metropolitan Electric Railway. As we ate dinner together, Grandma happily regaled me with stories of her Tokyo adventure. Together with Mireille, she talked excitedly all through the meal. Sounds like the two of you became great friends while I was gone. You think so? Yeah, even the way Mireille calls you Grandma sounds so natural.
She insisted that I call her that. Isn't that right, Grandma?
No kidding, Well, we're family now, aren't we? What else would you have call me?
Alte Frau.
Wow. You
Oh,
just picked the
Jesus.
German word. Well,
Oder Old Hag.
old woman. Fair enough. Good point. Family. It was getting more and more exasperating, perpetuating this lie. But it seems to have done wonders for her health. Maybe sometimes lying isn't so bad. I was going to convince myself it was true no matter what it took. Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. That's what I told myself anyway, as I smiled at my dear old grandmother. Grandma, I'm so glad you're feeling better. Thank you for never giving up. It was refreshing to say something so honest to her for once. Whether it was due to my lies or not, I'm just so glad to see her doing this well. What are you saying, Takao? That's nothing to thank me for. Grandma slowly got to her feet as she said it. Here, I've got a present for you too. Oh?
This is...
I couldn't believe it. She was holding out a pamphlet for a wedding ceremony hall. Not only that, she'd already paid for the reservation and everything. I'm sorry, I didn't have a chance to ask about dates. The ceremony is in 10 days. 10 days from today? Like... My mind went blank. I think I nearly passed out.
Oh, poor Takao.
Shortly after dinner, Grandma went off to bed, leaving us to clean up.
That little present from Grandma certainly was a shocker, wasn't it?
I say, and that hall is insanely popular. We'd never have gotten the chance to book there if it weren't for that cancellation.
And 10 days from now, there's just no way.
We discussed it calmly, as if it were all happening to two strangers. Things had gotten so far out of control, they didn't even feel real anymore.
But I have to say, your grandma just seemed so happy all day long. It was great to see.
That's thanks to you, Mireille. Thank you for spending time with her today.
Ah, don't mention it. I had fun too.
Smiling happily, Mireille got started washing the dishes. She reached for the correct sponge, as if it were second nature.
After the household drill camp by Takao.
Yeah, true. She knew just where to find the right washing liquid too. Haha, she's taking to heart all the rules about dishwashing my family has passed down. It was a silly thing to be so delighted about, but I was delighted all the same. She's so kind, so conscious, so generous with her time. She's the best. As I thought about it, I noticed that Mireille was staring down at her hands. Wow. The next day after saying goodbye to Grandma, I went over to Long Island. I had no idea what to do about the present she gave us, so I decided to ask Kuni for advice. She made reservations for you at that place? Wow, your granny must be loaded. Kuni wasn't much help, so we just joked around about my pretend marriage becoming real. So, doesn't he realize that this is getting serious? But the more we talked about it, the more I realized we might actually have to go through with the ceremony. The more... No, this is a bridge too far. Mira would never agree to something this crazy.
Actually, it's only important if what you do just the ceremony at the church is not valid, but you have to go to the city hall to register your marriage. So yeah.
Yeah, true. We've got to give this up. It's too much.
So it's just like a fake Las Vegas wedding.
Yeah, true.
What?
This has gone way too far. Let's just tell her that we've broken off the engagement. I'd already made up my mind about it when Kuni matter of factly said, "It's not only your granny saw it, is it? Lots of people are looking forward to your wedding." Huh? Think about it. Your whole family must be looking forward to it. They all know the reason why your granny is suddenly the picture of health that she is. He speaks truth. Just when I thought I'd figured it out, Kuni had to go and get me thinking about it again. It wouldn't only be Grandma who's disappointed, but the rest of my family too. I don't want that. Maybe we should go through with the ceremony.
Maybe we should just go through with after all.
I couldn't believe I was saying it, but somehow Mira was thinking the same thing.
Let's do it. Let's have a ceremony.
Mira. As she had so many times before, Mira rescued me with a radiant smile. I love that smile of hers so much. If you're going to go that far, why don't you just go ahead and get married for real? No, come on, we couldn't possibly do that. I said it with a firm finality. Once the ceremony is over and everyone's forgotten about it, we go back to our regular lives. This was it. I couldn't let Mira get wrapped up in any more of this madness. Next to me, Mira wore a complex expression on her face. Just a few more days and then this will all just be a story we can look back on and love. But even as I thought that, I knew I didn't really want this to be how it ended. I wish it wasn't all just make-believe though. If only Mira were my real true fiancé. I knew it was silly to be feeling that way, but I just couldn't let go of that dream. As preparations for our ceremony were getting underway, I took Mira with me on a visit to my family home. My younger brother Tatsuki came along too. Oh no. So bro, what made you fall in love with Mira in the first place?
Uncle Kuni's plan. Literally.
He refused to stop picking at me about Mira. It was like he was challenging me. Where do I even begin? She's so kind, so cheerful, and being around her relaxes me. I even surprised myself with how much I had to say in answer to his question. I didn't realize the extent of my feelings for Mira. It was the first time I had ever looked at the situation objectively. My mother and grandmother wanted to bring Mireille to a dressmaker that our family had patronized for years, and so I tagged along. My gosh, they're even going so far as to get her fitted for a dress. They were getting carried away with laughter when I knocked on the door of the dressing room. Hey, it's me. Oh my goodness, it's the groom. My grandmother opened the door with a huge grin on her face. In that moment, I became utterly lost for words. There stood Mireille, adorned with a gorgeous white dress. Well, step out and have a chat with the staff. Let you two get caught up a bit.
Oh, sorry.
Who are?
Here.
Yeah, yeah.
So
my
keep these
mother-
lines.
Yeah, so my mother and grandmother left. I could only stare at Mireille in the mirror. How can she be this beautiful? The image of Mireille as this blushing bride was breathtaking. Literally, it actually hurt my chest to look at her. How could I let myself take advantage of such a sweet, incredible woman? I can't do this anymore, no more lies. As those thoughts swirled around my head, Mireille looked at me.
Takao. I can't do this anymore. It's getting too much. All these lies.
Mireille. Without even thinking twice, I wrapped my arms around her from behind.
Takao?
Sorry. Mireille had every right to be shocked, and all I could do was apologize. I should never have let things spin this far out of control, if only I'd known from the start. But holding Mireille close just felt so right. She fit so perfectly in my arms. She had brought so much joy into my life. I wanted to make her feel the same. I want to protect her from all the bad stuff in this world, to keep her safe and happy. It was hypocritical, perhaps, to feel that way, considering I was the one who dragged her into this. Mireille, But just as I opened my mouth to speak, there was a knock on the door. Mind if we come in? I let go of Mireille as quick as I could and tried to appear calm. What am I even supposed to say at a time like this? That I want to be her superhero? Could I be any more selfish than I already have been? But there was no denying the fact that I wanted our fictional relationship to become real. I can't hide from the truth any longer. I really do love Mireille. I always have. I couldn't tell when exactly I'd first realized it. I tried so hard not to accept it. But somewhere deep down, I know it all along. I'm finally ready to admit it to myself and to everyone. I'm in love with her. The conclusion I'd come to was so resoundingly obvious, it took a moment to really sink in. But once I let it, everything seemed to come falling into place. But no, one second thought. I can't tell her I feel this way, can I? Mireille and I were only ever destined to be a pretend couple, that's all. My acceptance of my newly admitted feelings was short-lived for her sake. I buried them deep. Wait, I hear me double now. What's happening?
Did you turn on the street? Or maybe... No, sometimes it comes from my headset.
Oh, okay, all good. I have the stream open, but I have it muted, so I'm on the stream also on Twitch. But it's muted for me. That's why I'm just like, oh. Okay. The next day. I went to work same as always, but I couldn't seem to concentrate on anything. It's hard to care about work when my entire life is starting to feel like a lie. I couldn't bear to see that look of pain on Mira's face ever again. Who is what? Mr. Maruyama.
A new character appears!
Yeah, what? Yes, what is it? Is everything alright? Something about you today seems a bit off. It does? Oh. Yes, for example, you put your report into the invoices file folder. You also completely neglected to call your clients. It just isn't like you. Oh, no, I suppose it isn't. Sorry about that. Something was definitely wrong with me. If I had Saito pointing out errors I'd made. Saito-soma.
Also part of that.
That's a death sign. Well, on the bright side, at least I know what the reason is. Since coming to terms with my feelings for Miri, it had felt a bit like I was going crazy. I've got to break the cycle of lies. But at the same time, I've got to find a way for Miri and I to stay together. I played the situation out in my mind over and over again since the day before. It'd be tough, but I have to come clean to everyone and put this all behind me. When I considered Miri's feelings too, I knew what I had to do. Honestly, have you people never heard of calling ahead? As was becoming their routine, my parents showed up unexpectedly at my office. This time, Tatsuki was with them and they all dragged me back home with them. Along with Miri, we all sat around the diner table. Miri, I'm very sorry. Bothering you again on such short notice.
No, not at all. Thank you so much for yesterday.
I hear the dress fits you like a dream. I wish I could have seen it too. Guys like us, I just have to wait until the big day, Dad. We're not lucky like Takao is. Wow. Compared to the light-hearted vibe in the room. Miri looked conspicuously gloomy. She must be feeling like a prisoner by now. Eventually Miri needed a break and got up swiftly from her seat. Trying to look casual, I followed right after her. What's up, Miri?
It looked like we'd run out of beer, so...
Yeah, that's the important thing. She tried to put on a brave smiling face, but it wasn't quite working. She's finally reached her breaking point. Even Miri has her limits. I decided it was time to explain everything to my family. So I took Miri back to the table with me and cut right to the chase. There's something I need to tell all of you. They all looked increasingly anxious as I let the real story unfold. My parents and Tatsuki, of course, but also Miri. This is the right thing to do. It's not easy, but it's right. That's what I kept telling myself as I broke down every little detail of our saga. What he had started as a little white lie to bring my grandma peace of mind had ballooned into an ill-conceived wedding celebration. My mother caught me off guard with her response. But still, don't you think it would be for the best to go ahead with the ceremony? Mom, have you even been listening to what I've been saying? But if my grandmother found out now that it had all been a lie, it might prove too much for her. To be honest, I've been worrying about that too. Yes, even if it's based on a lie, the ceremony should go on as planned. You do that? A fake wedding ceremony without a real bride and groom? I can't even imagine it. To my surprise, Tatsuki seemed more vehemently opposed than anyone. It's such a shame. I'd love to see the two of you get married for real. That is exactly what I've been praying for, but... My mother muttered those words under her breath, but they still stung. Still, I had to force myself to swallow my pride and my feelings. Please, Mom, you're not helping by saying things like that. Imagine us as a real married couple. By the time this is all said and done, Mire won't even want to speak to me. Let's not get carried away. No one is asking you to generally become husband and wife. We just like to make sure the ceremony goes off without a hitch. Yeah, you wanted to make Grandma happy, right? Nothing I'll make her happier than that. There was just no escape. Mire and I had sheepishly nodded our consent. After my parents and Tatsuki had gone home, Mire sat on the sofa drinking tea. I tried my best to set Mire free. I thought it would have worked for sure, but... I'm sorry. I told you there'd be no more lies, but I failed to keep my word yet again.
Look, don't apologize.
But these lies just keep snowballing.
I know, but at least your parents and brother know the truth now. It hurts a little.
Mire. Mire's warm smile melted by my heart, as it always did. Where did she learn to be so patient, to smile so angelly?
We know what we have to do, so let's make the best wedding ceremony ever.
Yeah, you're right. If Mira was going to be this optimistic, I wasn't going to let her down.
But I am a little concerned about Tatsuki.
Yeah. But I'm sure he'll... Huh?
What?
We both started saying the same thing at the same time. It's becoming a regular thing. Okay. On the count of 3, ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure he understands.
I'm sure he understands. Oh,
I was so
late.
rap. Dang. Yeah, it may take some time, but Tatsuki will come around.
How long has it been since we both laughed out loud together? But just as I had that thought...
Oh!
What is it?
Look, the tea steam is loading straight up. That's supposed to mean good luck.
Mia stared down into her cup. It is? Let me see. I peered down into her cup as well. Whoa, would you look at that? It really is. I looked up as I said it, and there, right in front of me, was Mireille. Suddenly, we were so close together. Both of us were speechless. My heart began racing, a smile a mere knit. I couldn't look away from her. Mireille, you're so pretty. I was under her spell. I felt myself closing what little distance there was between us. We're close enough to kiss, and boy, would I love to kiss her. Let's go. I dared to venture closer. I could feel Mira's breeze on my lips. No, I can't. I go get the bar started. It took all of my strength to pull away from her, then I rushed out of the room. That was way too close. What am I doing? I could feel my heart soaring. It was a struggle to act like everything was under control.
To be continued, episode 6!
Yay!
Yay! Final!
Ooh, I think my heart rate is finally starting to return to normal. Mireille hopped into the bars ahead of me as always. So I stayed on the couch trying to will myself to relax. That was dangerous close, if we really had kissed. Of course, I couldn't get the image out of my head. I thought maybe I never would. Mireille had looked so stunning, she had been right there. I couldn't resist. Except I did resist, just in the nick of time. Good thing too. I didn't know where I found that last second burst of self-restraint, but I was glad for it. From the bathroom, I could hear the sound of the shower come to a stop. Is Mireille about to come out? I wondered to myself, and then oh, we know what is happening.
Oh no, not again, her lenses.
Yeah. Oh. As soon as I heard Mira's cry, I instinctively sprang towards the bathroom. What happened? The second I reached the door, I flung it open. Oh. There stood Mira in nothing but her bathrobe. Sorry, Suddenly flustered, I swung the door closed again. My heart began pounding just as hard as it had during our almost kiss. Everything okay? I shouted through the door, trying to sound casual.
Yeah, I just dropped my contact.
That again? Huh?
Always. Yeah, but again, sorry.
I remember the first time that happened. As I said fondly, she seemed to find the lens on her own. That's good, but man, I really can't seem to calm down at all. I placed a hand over my chest and found that my heart was still doing double time.
I hope I didn't startle you. Sorry.
It's okay, just be more careful next time. I was pleasantly surprised by how relaxed I managed to make my voice sound. But the image of Mireille in her bathrobe was burned permanently into my mind. the way she had her hair tied up so casually, how the water dripped from the ponytail. I never forget it. That's enough for one day. I'm going to bed. I shook my head frantically, trying to pry those images loose as I walked to my room. Oh, this is the absolute worst. I tried to outrun my imagination by coming to my bedroom, but it only made her after image more vivid in my mind. Miri's legs are so spectacular. God, I'm obsessed. This is hopeless. I'd even started talking to myself. I clamped a hand down over my mouth. Wait a second. Why had I been able to stay so calm last time she dropped her contact? That first time, I plucked the lens off of Mira's collar like it was nothing. I didn't feel a thing then. She'd even been dressed in the same bathrobe then too. It was weird. Yeah, there's no question about it. Maybe she had back then, but she sure didn't feel like a little sister to me anymore. The next day, I skipped out of work early and headed over to Long Island. I had to explain to everybody that the wedding ceremony was going ahead as planned. I wonder if Mira is already there. Since I was going straight from work, I'd called ahead and asked her to meet at the bar. The ceremony is this weekend. They're all going to be so surprised. I know we sure were. The 10-day countdown we'd been given was almost up. It's been a tumultuous 3 days, to say the very least. I chuckled nervously to myself as I arrived at Long Island. I opened the door to the bar to find someone unfamiliar inside. He was having an animated conversation with the usual crowd. Oh, weird. Maybe one of the guys brought a friend along. But when I took a closer look, Katsuki, I realized the stranger was my brother. What does he think he's doing at my bar?
His bar!
No, that's like... that's why I'm saying this, because I'm just thinking, yeah, it's not your bar, but...
It's actually
my bar.
Uncle Cooley's bar!
Still funny, so... I was just about to shout at him when... Please, Mireille, say you be with me. What? I was taken aback by what I just heard. I lost the ability to speak. I'm serious, not like my brother, whose entire life is just an act. Tatsuki, you. When I saw how upset Mireille was, I curled my hands into fists. I told you before, you better leave Mireille alone. Just then, Ren noticed me standing there. Hey.
Takao.
Mireille turned to look at me, but at the moment I only had eyes for my brother. Hatsuki. What do you want, bro? You don't really love Mireille. This whole thing is a shame. Tatsuki stared me straight in the eyes, daring me to react. What's to stop me from trying to prove my real, genuine love for Mirai? The only reason you two have spent any time together is because you lied to Grandma. I can't argue with you. I've got no right to say anything. I fought back my emotions and faced Tatsuki, brother to brother. It's true that Mirai isn't really my fiancé, but that doesn't change the fact that somehow I managed to choke back the word that I had almost slipped out. Mirai, let's have a drink, just you and me. Tatsuki grabbed Mirai's hand. He was getting way too aggressive. You okay with this, Takao? Once a kid like Tatsuki gets going, it's gonna be hard to stop him. He's like a predator. Maybe a kind, patient, older woman is exactly what a punk like Tatsuki needs. Despite what the others had to say, I was determined to play the responsibility older brother.
No, Takao, please don't.
Mirai has grown dear to me, like a little sister.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just remembered this again and it hurts to read this.
That was such a red flag.
Yep. That's sort of true, I guess. I did technically feel that way about her at some point. And at first, I had enjoyed imagining her and Tatsuki together. But that had all changed long ago. Now I wanted to be the only one for Mirai. But I hadn't earned the right to make such a claim. As I drowned in my anxiety, Mirai stood up.
I'm going home.
Mirai! Mirai walked right out of the bar, with Tatsuki following close behind. I was halfway to my feet, wondering what to do next. It wouldn't be my place to chase after her. Then I just as I was about to sit back down, Kuni said, "You're really just gonna let her go?" Kuni's right. I've got to chase after her. Yeah.
Do it. Takao, I've fallen in love with you for real, okay? It's not just an act to me.
Wait, Tatsuki is still running also. That's what Mirai shouted at me once I caught up to her. Wait, is she really with me? Mirai and I are actually feeling the same way? For a moment I was stunned silent, but soon everything I'd been holding inside burst forth. Right in front of my brother, I grabbed Mirai's hands and pulled her in close. I never want to let you go, Mirai. Tatsuki stared at me with wide, disbelieving eyes. Takao, this isn't like you. You've always been so supportive. Yeah, I've always let you get whatever you want, but this time is different. I won't let you have Mirai, not a chance. I held on to her as tightly as I could. Mirai, I love you. There in my arms, Mirai looked up at me, unable to hide her amazement. I'm sorry, I couldn't hold back any longer. The words I thought I'd never be able to say, they found their way out. Bro, I'd better not ever catch you making Mirai cry or else. Tatsuki watched us staring into each other's eyes, muttered his empty threat and left.
Takao, is this really happening?
Yes, it finally is. Let's go home. And so, hand in hand, we began walking back to my place. Oh, did we saw this before?
No.
That looks nice.
Yeah. That is totally different than the church.
Yeah. On the day of the ceremony, once the preparations were complete, I walked towards the bride's dressing room, uncertain how I felt. The big day has finally arrived. It was hard to believe that this whole thing had started as a little white lie. But perhaps, fittingly, it would end with a big, extravagant lie. At least the way we feel about each other isn't a lie, or so I hope anyway. We hadn't found time since our mutual confessions to discuss them any further. I couldn't shake my nervous energy as I knocked on the dressing room door.
Takao.
I went inside and there was Mireille smiling in her brilliant white dress. She looks every bit like a glowing bride on her wedding day. Just one look at her was all it took. I had never felt so ecstatic in my entire life. It was a kind of unstoppable joy that made it impossible to remain calm and austere. You look beautiful. I mean it with all my heart. Mira's cheeks flushed ever so slightly. It's such a funny feeling, isn't it? Our real relationship is going to begin with the ceremony. It was a hard thing to make sense of, but at that moment, as I basked in her radiant beauty, I found that I didn't care. From the opening of the ceremony to the cutting of the cake, everything went exactly as we planned it. I was standing with Mireille in front of the pedestal. Now's my chance to tell her exactly how I'm feeling. Mireille. I took her hand and got down on one knee.
Yes?
I thought I was nervous when I first took Mireille to see Grandma in the hospital. But that was nothing compared to how I'm feeling now. And yet, as wildly as my heart was pounding, somewhere in the back of my mind, I felt calm. Mireille, from this day forward, come what may, I will stand by you always. I spoke softly. Say, you stay with me?
Takao.
Mireille, I love you. Finally, it feels so good to finally say it. They were the words I'd wanted to say for so long, the words I thought I could never say. Finally so, Mireille would know exactly how I felt, how I'd felt all along.
I love you too.
Mireille. I wrapped her up in my arms. Words alone couldn't express the depth of how I felt, so I held her close. Even this isn't enough. How can I possibly let her know? What? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Mira's eyes shone with tears as she looked into mine. Slowly, I felt myself gravitating closer to her. We've already sealed our vows with a kiss. Before everyone here. Our lips were nearly close enough to touch when Miri closed her eyes. This kiss will be different. It represents a promise between me and Mireille. My lips found hers. The tenderness of that soft touch set off fireworks throughout my body. I wanted that kiss to be as deep and soul-stirring as my love for her. I never want this to end, but I'm not sure how I could stop even if I wanted to. What started as a simple little kiss became something far more passionate. Our lips never parted as our bodies became enmeshed. I love you, Mirai. It began as a symbol of our promise to one another, but soon became something much more. After returning home from the ceremony, I sat down on the sofa and let out a long sigh. What a long day, but I think it went well.
Yeah, I do too.
I couldn't believe it when I found out Grandma had known we were lying all along. But in a way, it was a relief. It felt like letting something really heavy off my chest.
So I know, I so know what you mean. That sentence sounds so weird.
Yeah, some sentences are like, what?
Google Translator!
Yeah. Thank you for everything. Needless to say, I couldn't have done this without you.
I had so much fun and I'm looking forward to a whole lot more with you.
For some reason, we saw fit to shake hands. That made both of us smile. This is happiness right here. But just as I was thinking that, Miri suddenly became quite formal and said,
So, there's one thing I've been wanting to ask you for quite some time.
What would that be?
Do you think I look like Mi-chan?
Huh? I stared at her slack-jawed. I had no idea what she was talking about at first.
Mi-chan from Flowership, you know, we were saying I look like her.
Those idiots. They lied.
Best friendos.
Oh my god. In a flash, it all made sense. Mishan, who worked at the flower shop, was my first crush. Oh, okay. The only way Mire could have possibly found out about her was from them. The Long Island guys. Don't worry, the fact that you look like her has nothing to do with why I fell in love with you.
Honestly?
I promise. Besides, you only look a little bit like her.
Oh, well, then good.
Your smile reminded me of a flower blooming. Had something that trivial really been bothering her? You're so silly. I couldn't even handle how adorable she was. I just had to kiss her. At first, Mira is startled, but after a moment, she closes her eyes. It was a kiss that took us both by surprise, but it was still full of that fire. Like the kiss we exchanged in front of that podium, so hot, so deep. Our lips parted and we just stared at each other, neither of us saying a word. Mia's eyes looked a bit misty to me. There was something so sexy about her in that moment, I couldn't hold back my feelings. Yeah, let's go! Mire. The words came off their own accord. I didn't stop to think twice. Why don't we go to my room? My invitation was admittedly bold. Her cheeks lit up bright red. She's so cute. I just want to take her right here. It was the whole time nothing. What the... Okay.
Okay, Takao.
Again, my urges threatened to get the best of me, but I held them in check. Hang on, so... If this is Mira's reaction, maybe I'm rushing her. Hey, sorry, I mean, we don't have to, I just thought... I frequently tried to backpedal, but Mira grabbed firm hold of my shirt. It's okay, Mira, I don't want to do anything you're not ready to do. With the faintest shake of her head, Mia flung her arms around me. You're going to make me go crazy, Mire. You ready? My heart was thundering as I asked. Mire responded with a nod. Mire. Without waiting another second, I scooped her up in my arms. I placed a quick kiss on her soft cheek and made my way to the bedroom. I laid Mire down gently on the bed. Her eyes had desire, curiosity, and some uncertainty. I felt the same things as I looked down at her. Oh, has a CG? Yo. Okay. Has she always looked so dedicated to me, so gorgeous? I never beheld Mire like I was doing in that moment. It was overwhelming. She almost seems too perfect to touch. And yet, that's all I want to do. My fingertips lightly caressed her still blushing cheek. I could see Mire's entire body shiver. She looked away shyly. Look at me. Mire turned her eyes toward me, freezing me to the spot. I let my fingers glide from her cheek and stroked her hair. I stroked her earlobe before my fingers went down on her neck to the contour of her shoulder. Time seemed to come to stop. All I wanted to do was touch every part of her. How long have I been waiting for this chance, Mire? I mean, how badly have I wanted?
Escalate! Quickly, Takao! If you think this whole starts around a month, it's faster than 90 Days Fiancé. I don't know. Do you know that American show?
Which one? Which American show?
Yeah. Oh, that's faster than 90 Days Fiancé. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. We have this in Germany too.
Okay. Is that the Bachelor or?
No, it's not the Bachelor. It's also like that you marry someone that you don't know really before, only a bit, and then you marry this person.
Okay.
It's a bit actually like this. But to be honest, I didn't expect it that he would react now like this. So he must be all the time very self-focused all the time. Because he probably has like a big bone.
Yeah, yeah. That comes so sudden from Takao. On the rest also, he's really calm, really patient guy, and then let's do it.
Yeah, it's like a complete personality change.
Yeah.
Maybe he could just couldn't self-sustain anymore. Let's see. I love you, Mire. I moved in close and whispered it to her. No more lies, no more half-truths. From now on, everything between us is real.
I love you too.
Her words were a sweet sigh. I couldn't resist kissing her then. First her lips, then her neck, her shoulder, her breasts. I would have been happy to spend the rest of my life raining kisses down on Mire. Raining kisses down.
Super happy end.
That's like... I mean, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
But still, like, some parts are like, oh, what? Who would think like this? Raining kisses down.
An epilogue. A relaxing trip to a hot spring really has the two of you in hot water.
Hot spring?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nice.
Yeah, let's go.
But will a night alone make everything worth it in the end? Yes.